series on freedom from suffering. In my last video, I spoke about freedom from suffering, initial steps which come from getting rid of false identity. And I think we can continue on this theme today. What is false identity? It is mistaking appearance for reality. It is mistaking perception for seeing. It is making the mistake that that which is transient, ephemeral, momentary, ungraspable, dreamlike, fluctuation, perceivable, knowable as form, as phenomena, is real. That's the basic mistake of the intellect. And it creates all kinds of issues. The first issue it creates is that perception gives us the impression of me and other. There's me, there's everything else. When this is an expression of whatever everything else is, this is a moving expression. So perception tells me I have a body, but I can't actually grasp it. It's a moving non-thing. That which I call my body is a movement. It's a movement of existence as appearing as this in what we call now. But it's been moving forever. And it moves in relationship to everything else that is also moving. Inanimate objects are also moving at a very fundamental level. Particles are popping in and out at lightning speeds out of empty space here. This is a result of the electromagnetic forces and ultimately gravity and everything else that is moving in the universe. So this is the same non-thing moving, whatever it is. The same universe moving, but buffeted by forces and elements, and apparently not moving through its own choice. On the other hand, this moves as a result of choice or thought or whatever, awareness, attention, intention, but this moves too. All is movement. And what is moving? What is moving is nothing that is conceivable or perceivable. It appears as the conceivable and the perceivable. But who you really are, really, the fundamental mistake of the intellect is that you're not a body, and that is an appearance, a changing appearance, along with every other changing experience or appearance that we call the universe, rocks and plants and rainbows and sun and moon and sky and stars and galaxies and bacteria and animals and trees. All is in the matrix of the one movement, and that one that is moving is neither conceivable nor perceivable, and it is the real you appearing as this, and all of this simultaneously correlated in every moment as the freedom to move, the freedom to create, the freedom to love, the freedom to be, the freedom to evolve, the freedom to imagine, the freedom to have insight, and the freedom to have intuition, and the freedom to know reality. So freedom from suffering is knowing reality, and freedom from illusion. In other words, we don't have to impose my illusion onto your illusion. My illusion includes this body-mind and everything else that goes with this body-mind. And your illusion goes with that body mind that is listening to me, and everything that's happening with its own body mind. And it's all entangled in a matrix of infinite knowers, infinite modes of knowing, infinite objects known, infinite observers, infinite modes of observation, infinite objects perceived, infinite lovers, infinite modes of loving, infinite entities loved, infinite spheres, infinite modes of seeing, infinite sceneries manifested. So just like a raindrop can be a dewdrop on a trembling leaf with myriads of colors, but can also be a rainbow, can also be a puddle, can also be a stream, can also be a rivulet, can also be a snowflake, can also be a glacier, can also be a snow-clad mountain, can also be a cloud, can also be the ocean, just as that one drop. It's not stuck with being only a puddle or a rainbow or a dewdrop on a trembling leaf. It has the freedom to be whatever. If it was stuck and identified only as a dewdrop on a trembling leaf, then it would suffer. But the I am in the water says, I am the water, no matter what else I am. I'm the snowflake, I'm the rainbow, I'm the puddle, I'm the stream, I'm the rivulet, I'm the whirlpool, I am the snowflake, I'm the glacier, I'm the shimmering colors shining and in the evening sky as the clouds. I'm still water, no matter what. So too, you and I are the inconceivable and imperceivable, constantly, ceaselessly expressing itself as the movement that we call form, phenomena, and appearances of things. To know this is to rest in peace. To know this is to rest in joy. To know this is to rest in being. To know this is to know that you are nothing conceivable and perceivable, and yet without you, there is nothing perceivable or conceivable. And the bridge between these two is language. As soon as we started creating words to express meaning to space-time events in consciousness and named them, then we created the so-called objective universe. Then we identified it with it, and then we couldn't cling to it because it was constantly transforming, including that which was part of the transformation, which is the body-mind as a system. So freedom, actually, ultimate freedom from suffering, is the freedom from the misconception that you are a person. You are a person as the perceivable and the conceivable. But in reality, you're not perceivable or conceivable. But by naming space-time events in consciousness, and these space-time events are activities of your own self, you create the idea of an objective world, objective body, and all these other objective bodies. And then as soon as that idea says, that's what I am, and that's the only thing I am, that leads to all kinds of suffering. So there's no joy in being stuck in one form or phenomenon, whatever that is, that form or phenomenon. Every form is a phenomenon. Every phenomenon is the fluctuation of the noumenon, the inexplicable, inconceivable, imperceivable, appearing as all this and constantly transforming. And if you resist this, then you will experience what is called suffering. So I'm going to actually close today with another poem from Rabindranath Tagore, and it's about this freedom, okay? I am like a remnant of a cloud of autumn, uselessly roaming in the sky. Oh, my sun, ever glorious, your touch has not yet melted my vapor, making me one with your light. And so I count months and years separated from you. If this be thy wish, and if this be thy play, your play, then take this fleeting emptiness of mine, which is who I am, paint it with colors, the perceivable, gild it with gold, float it on the wanton wind, and spread it in various and varied wonders. And again, when it shall be your wish to end this play at night, I shall melt and vanish away in the dark, or it may be in a smile of the white morning, in a coolness of purity, transparent. So, effortless spontaneity. On many an idle day have I grieved over lost time, but time is never lost in the divine. The divine has taken every moment of my life in its own hands, hidden in the heart of things. The divine is nourishing seeds into sprouts, buds into blossoms, and ripening flowers into fruitfulness. I was tired and sleeping on my idle bed, and imagined all work had ceased. In the morning I woke up and found my garden full of wonders of flowers. Okay, so it is the pang of separation that spreads throughout the world and gives birth to shapes innumerable in the infinite sky. Do you just want to be a raindrop forever, or do you want to be the panorama of colors and sounds and tastes and textures and smells and thoughts and ideas and sensations and pleasures and triumphs and joy and suffering and pleasure and pain and birth and death? That's freedom. Freedom is letting go of what never existed in the first place. Reflect on this, and we'll keep moving in the direction of freedom, which is a movement without distance, a journey without distance, a journey from here to here. The journey on the path that is not a path to freedom. More later.